welcome to Name This American. We are honored to have as our guests a number of remarkable Americans. Some you may know and some you may not know, but I guarantee you will know all of them by the time the show is over. To help us identify these mystery guests is our panel of distinguished scholars. Please give them a hand. My assistant, Miss Liberty, will tell you how the game works. Libby?
Thank you, Uncle Sam. The panel will question our guests, and the guests will answer yes or no. If the question is a yes answer, the panelists may continue questioning, and the panelists may continue questioning. If the answer is a no, the guest receives $50, and we move on to the next panelist. If our guest stumps all of our panelists, he or she wins $500.
Thank you, Libby. Let's begin by bringing in our first guest. Welcome to Name This American.
Thank you.
Panelist number 1.
Are you famous? No, not really.
That's your panelist, that's your first no, and our guest first $50.
Did you discover something?
I suppose you could say so.
I'm afraid a yes would be misleading. We're going to have to say no and continue on with the next panelist.
Let me see. Were you the first to do something?
Yes.
Did you perhaps invent something?
Yes.
Is it something you could find around the house?
Yes.
Is it electrical?
No.
That's another no.
Is it bigger than a bird box?
No.
Is it small enough to carry in your pocket?
Yes.
Is it a comb?
No.
I think I got it. Did you invent the pen?
No, I did not.
Congratulations. You stumped all our panel of experts. Let's hear more about you and your invention.
My
You
name
needed
is...
to say who he was, didn't you?
No, I say it.
Okay, okay.
My name is Walter Hunt. Few people have heard of me, but everyone has used my invention. I am very proud of my safety pin. I had thought about it for a long time, but it only took me about 3 hours to make. I had it patented in April 1849.
We are honored to have you here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Let's bring out our next challenger. Welcome to Name This American.
Are you not very well known?
Yes, that's true. Few people know my name.
Ooh, another hard one. Could you be involved in the scientific field?
No.
That's your first no.
Are you an artist?
Yes.
Are you a painter?
I've done some paintings, but that's not what I'm known for.
Are you a musician?
No.
You an entertainer?
No.
Are you a sculptor?
Yes.
Have I seen your work?
You probably have.
Do you have... No, it's, have you sculpted any of our presidents?
Yes.
Do you have any work displayed in Washington, D.C.?
Yes.
And at Mount Rushmore?
Yes, I do.
Then you must be Gutzon Borglum.
Yes, this is Gutzon Borglum, the man who designed and carved Mount Rushmore. Let's hear more about yourself.
I was born in 1816, and in 1830, I finished plans to make a Confederate memorial on Stone Mountain near Atlanta, but I had some problems with my sponsors. When it was all cleared up, I had begun work on Mount Rushmore. I died before it was finished, but my son completed it for me.
Thank you for coming. Now we will remember your name. Welcome to Name This American. Are you ready to play?
I'm ready.
Panelist number 1, please begin.
We've had an inventor and an artist. Could you be in politics?
No, politics never interested me. Were you involved in something related to science? Yes. Were you in the field of medicine? No. Are you involved in earth science? No. Astronomy? Yes. I I can't think of any astronomers. Did you, by any chance, grow up on Nantucket Island, Massachusetts?
Yes.
Are you Maria Mitchell?
Yes, I am. Congratulations. This is Maria Mitchell. Let's hear more about yourself.
In the mid-1800s, it was unusual for a woman to become an astronomer, but I was always interested in the stars and in the sun, too. I studied the sunspots, and in 1847, I discovered a comet, which was very exciting.
Thank you for coming. You were way ahead of your time. Sorry you didn't get as much money from the panel.
I'm sorry, too.
Welcome. Panelist one, let's start right in.
That dress makes me think you lived about 200 years ago. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Were you involved in the Revolutionary War?
I was very young, but yes, I remember it.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to count that as a no since she was only a child at the time.
Were you a seamstress who worked on our first flag?
No.
Were you married to one of our presidents?
Yes, I was.
Are you Martha Washington?
No, she was much older than I am.
Are you Abigail Adams, the wife of the second president, John Adams?
No.
Let's try the next president. Are you Mrs. Jefferson?
No.
I can't remember our fourth president. Are you Mrs. Monroe?
No.
Too bad, panel. Our fourth president was James Madison. This is our first lady, Dolly Madison. Tell us about yourself.
I was born in North Carolina in 1768, but grew up in Virginia. My first husband, John Todd, was a lawyer. We had 2 sons, but one of them, my husband, died in 1793. I met and married Congressman James Madison a year later and was thrilled to become the First Lady. I loved entertaining at the White House. One of my favorite days was when I introduced ice cream to my guests for the first time. What a party. I suppose my greatest accomplishment was during the War of 1812. I managed to save a lot of my husband's papers and a portrait of George Washington before the British burned down the White House.
Thank you for coming. Our country is indebted to you.
It was my pleasure.
Now, Libby, why don't you explain how the second part of our show works?
I'd be glad to, Uncle Sam. This is the time when we asked our panelists to put on blindfolds as we introduce special celebrities who would be too easy to identify by sight.
Thank you, Libby. Panel, no peeking. And audience, no hinge. Blindfolds in place. And let's have our next guest. Welcome, mystery guest. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you from the 20th century?
No.
The 19th century?
Yes and no.
Actually, only part of this person's life took place in the 1800s.
Then I assume the other part was in the 1700s.
Yes.
And with that voice, I assume you are a man.
No, I'm not.
What? You tricked us.
I'm sorry, I really am a woman.
If you lived around the 1800s, did you have to do anything? Were you involved in the westward movement?
Yes.
I can't think of any woman of the West except for Annie Oakley and Calamity Jane. Are you either of them?
No.
Did you move with the settlers?
No.
Are you an explorer?
No.
This is a hard one. Did you help an explorer?
Yes.
Oh, good. Now we're on the right track. Now we're getting somewhere. Are you an Indian?
Yes.
Are you Sacagawea?
Yes.
Good work, panel. May I remove your blindfolds and look at the famous Indian guide for Lewis and Clark, Sacagawea. Please tell us a little about yourself.
My name, Sacagawea, means bird woman in Shoshone. I was captured by enemy Indians and sold to a French-Canadian trader. We joined Lewis and Clark's famous expedition to explore the Louisiana Territory in 1804. I helped as an interpreter with the local Indians and was their principal guide.
And they wouldn't have made it without you. That's why they named a river, a mountain peak, and a mountain pass after you, not to mention numerous monuments and memorials. Thank you for joining us today.
guys? Panelist 1, you may begin.
Are you a woman?
Absolutely.
Well, that was emphatic. Are you interested in women's rights?
Yes, I most certainly am.
Could you be a famous woman suffrage leader?
Yes, definitely.
I can think of many women suffrage leaders like Lucretia Mott, Susan B. Anthony, and Matilda Gage. Could you be any of those?
No. Did you help organize the first Women's Rights Convention held in Seneca Falls, New York in 1848?
Yes, I made the first formal demand for the right to vote to be extended to women.
Were you the first president of the National Women's Suffrage Association?
Yes.
In 1868, didn't you even run for Congress?
Yes, and I would have won if it weren't for the fact that only men were voting. That was so unfair. Did you know that women couldn't vote until the 19th Amendment was passed to the Constitution in 1920?
You're Elizabeth Cady Stanton, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Panel, you may remove your blindfolds. Where would we be today if there weren't women like you?
I was hoping to win $500 for my latest cause, but I suppose I'll have to find it elsewhere.
I'm sure you will.
Good day.
Blindfolds? Welcome, Challenger. Let's begin.
Are you in politics?
No, I'm not a politician.
Are you involved in sports in any way?
Yes.
Is that sport football?
No.
Is it basketball?
No.
What about baseball?
That's the one.
Two great players come to my mind when I think of baseball, Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth. Are you one of them?
Yes.
I have a 50-50 chance. Are you Babe Ruth?
Yes.
Panel, you may remove your blindfolds. Good work, panel. Babe, please tell us about your amazing baseball career.
Well, I always loved the game. I set records from the mound and at the plate. For years, I held the record of 714 career home runs. In 1936, I was among the first ball players elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Thank you for being part of our show.
Thank you.
Blindfolds? It is time for our final contestant. Welcome, are you ready? I'm going to tell you this is a woman, so don't waste any questions on that. And I'm going to start by giving her $50. Panelist 6, let's begin with you.
Thank you, Mr. Guest. Do we need a blindfold because we would recognize your face, or would your clothes give us a clue to who you are?
Which question do you want me to answer?
I'm sorry. Would your clothes give us a hint to your identity?
Yes, I'm sure they would.
Would a man wear the same outfit?
I certainly hope not.
Are you an entertainer?
No.
Are you from the western part of our country?
Yes.
The Northwest?
No. Then it must be the Southwest, maybe New Mexico, California, or Arizona. No, farther southwest.
Are you a famous Hawaiian?
Yes.
Are you Queen Lily Likulani?
Yes, I am.
Panel, you may remove your blindfolds. Good work. Tell us a little about yourself.
As a child, I loved to write songs. When I got older, I wrote the national anthem of Hawaii, but it was never as popular as my song, Aloha O. My sister was supposed to be queen, but she married an American and decided to go to the throne. My brother became King Kuakua and died in 1891. I became Queen Liliuokalani, ruling until 1893. When the United States took over, Hawaii became the 50th state in 1959.
And what a beautiful state it is.
It is only one of many.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid our time is up. But we were glad you could honor us in naming a few famous Americans. After all, it takes takes special people to make a nation like ours. But before we go, we would like to bring all our contestants out, and we will invite you in singing "This Land Is Your Land" with us.
This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the westward forests to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
Okay, you have it turned off.